All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Grow From the Network. And today is going to be I think this video is going to be for the ladies, more so for the ladies, single ladies, single moms. You may be in an apartment, and this video is going to be about, with the winter season coming close to us, this is going to be a video on emergency heat. Emergency heat. When I say emergency heat, what I mean is overnight. Like, you need heat to make it through the night to get you to the next morning. A few hours of heat. I think this setup is gonna cost, I'm gonna say about between $80 and $90, what I'm showing you right here, this whole setup. This is an indoor-outdoor heater. This is gonna be perfect for you. And a lot of times, why I say it's for the ladies, a lot of times women wanna be super safe. So I'm kinda like y'all. I don't like touching electric stuff that I think can blow me up. Things with pressure on them, I think it's going to explode in my face. I'm kind of the same way. So that's why I say, if I can do it, you can do it. So this is something, and even men like me, you know, that's not not super, hands all hard, manly men, or I just don't have that experience. This video is for you as well. And I'm just going to show you how to use this thing. And this is called the Mr. Buddy. I think there's a bigger size. I think this is the smaller size. I'll try to put a link in the description of this. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to put it. I don't know if they even sell it at Amazon. I got them at Wally World, at Walmart. I'm sure they're at different places, maybe Home Depots. I mean, this is a big brand, so I'm sure it's at many places. So to help you, right there, indoor safe, portable, radiant heat. In the emergency situation, propane is something I wouldn't tell you to cook with, right? Because in the emergency situation, you can cook with wood. Save your propane for heat. Like, if you got any kind of gas, any kind of generator or anything, save that for heat only in the wintertime. In the summer is a little bit different. But in the wintertime, if you're thinking of getting propane and I'm gonna cook on it, I wouldn't tell you to do that. I would tell you save it specifically for heat. And I'm gonna show you. This thing comes, actually, this is how it comes out of the box. This is it right here, okay? Inside the box, it'll come with these two things around it, right? Just holding it, kind of like this. And it comes with a guide. It's all proper. But it comes in like this. All you do is just pull it out, okay? This is the Mr. Buddy heater pulled out. You can get a look at it up close. Now, I put this on because we already burned a little bit outside. The kids were cold a few days ago, so they just wanted to get a little heat. This is, you don't need a match. You don't need a lighter. This is all you need. This costs about $70 at Walmart that I found. Maybe $75, $74. So wherever you live, it's probably a different range. These here, $13.88, $14. So you're looking at 75 plus another 14 is what, like $90?
90, yeah. Something
like that. The whole setup. These two bottles will get you through a hard night. This $13. And you can get propane for much cheaper than that. But I'm just showing you something. The first level is these little green bottles. You can go to Walmart, go to the outdoor section. Any place, Home Depot, Lowe's, outdoor section, they have these. Okay, I'm going to show you how easy it is. Basically, this bottle is just no pressure really on it. Okay, so it's just screwed onto the side. I'm screwing this one off because this one is empty. You can actually fill these bottles, refill these bottles, okay? That's another level. That's the second level. First, I want to get you comfortable with just buying these ready to use, buying this ready to use, hooking the bottle to the heater, and lighting it. That's it. Now, don't burn yourself up. So let me give a disclaimer. If you've never messed with this kind of stuff, talk to somebody that's around you that could help you with these. All right, so let's just get the top off. It's one of these little plastic tops. not really unscrewable, but unscrew it a little bit. So basically you take it off, right? One is over here. You'll see inside, it's a little hole, not really under pressure as much. I mean, this is a 1 pound little jug. And basically, you want to make sure before, if you got kids, make sure your kids haven't messed with it. Make sure this is in the off section or in the off mode. It does tell you, now I'll take that top and put it on there. Propane does have, most of these gases that we work with has to have some kind of smell to them. And they tell you in the manual, get used to the different smells. That way you can know if something is leaking, if something isn't right. But for the most part, this screws on really, really easy. Basically you put it under there and you screw it on clockwise. Right, like that way. And all I'm doing is just screwing that on. This is super, super easy, right, babe? Even you could do it. Go ahead, screw that on for me. Because I said this for the ladies. I don't know why I'm doing everything. I should have let her do it. So you want to screw that until that's tight. Yeah. Good and hand tight, and it's a nice little grip area under here for you to screw it on as well. So you can see it's really light. You could take this with you. I wouldn't run this in a car. It does have a feature for people that's like unsafe around gases. And they would say, "Oh no, you can't use propane in your house." A lot of people use propane in their houses. A lot of people that have trailers, their trailers are run off of propane. Their stoves are run off of propane. It's basically safe for in-home use. What makes this one even safer is that the Mr. Buddy comes with a fail-safe. What they say is that the heater only runs off of the oxygen in the room. So it takes the oxygen in the room to make the heater runs. Once the oxygen gets to a lower level, if you're like in a small enclosed room, gas and fire sucks up oxygen, right? Fire eats oxygen. As the fire is eating the oxygen, it's going to deplete it in the room if you don't have good enough ventilation. What this thing does is, if the oxygen gets to a low enough point, it will automatically cut off. And what they say is, don't try, if it cuts off, and you light it again and it cuts off again, don't keep trying to light it. Go ahead on and open up your doors, open up your room. Let some of that oxygen come in and let the carbon dioxide leave out. So that's a fail safe on here as well. Now, if you look on the back, it's gonna come with some cool instructions that should never leave off. And you just, it's easy, but I'm going to show you how to do it. It just tells you how to light the pilot, how to hold it down, and all of that good stuff. So it's kind of like a hot water heater a little bit. You have to push it down. I'm going to have to stand up a little bit to get it closer to you. Let me do it this way. All right, so this is a better vantage point right here for you to see. Basically, here is a pilot. It's going to say pilot here. I'm going to pick it up a little bit for you. So you see it says pilot. Basically, you want to turn this down, turn this to pilot. It's going to be a push down, right? So a little push down and turn to pilot. On the pilot, you want to hold it down. You heard that little snap? And you want to hold that for 30 seconds until it lights. You kind of saw it. Did you see it light? Look like I can see a little bit of flame on it. Oh well, it's coming through. It has to come through the system. Let's try it again. There you go. Did you see that? So when you first put that bottle on, some of that air has to kind of bleed through the system. Go ahead and maybe count to about 10 or 15, let off of it and push it down again. That way it can get that spark to light that flame. So it says to hold it down for about 30 to 60 seconds. once again, disclaimer, this is not professional advice on how to start a Mr. Buddy heater. Consult your guide or consult the Mr. Buddy website on how to start their heaters. I'm just showing you how I do it. All right, it's probably good right now. All you got to do is let it go now. And if it stays lit, you see how I've let it go, it stays lit. Now I'm gonna go ahead and just turn it. So you can see it's on. It's gonna start, they ask you to turn it, it's on low now, but you can actually turn it to high. And now it's on the high setting. So let me pick it up just a little bit. I don't want to burn the camera, but it's a low setting to a high. All right, I want to move the rest of these bottles just for safety. Just for safety, I want to move the rest of those bottles, even though they're capped. But right now it's on. And what we're gonna do is hit the light bell. So now you can see, that's good enough right there. Now you can see how it's doing. So let's let that go and let's change it back so we can get a front look at how it's running.
Yeah.
And it gets hot. It gets hot. And you'll see your bottle will start to, especially if you're outside, it'll start to get cold, like that condensation will start to freeze. I know you can see how I'm kind of looking a little bit wiggly. Yeah. Because of that flame, that heat. But you could run this if you're in a room. I wouldn't tell you run this on high. You're not going to get the best use out of it because it's an emergency situation. You don't want to be super, super comfortable. You don't want it to be, oh, it's toasty up in here. Go ahead and run it on low. Always run it on the lowest setting possible. That way you can get what you think? Get the best use possible out of this thing. It's amazing. Now, the run time, because I'm not a waster, I can't tell you what the run time is for a gallon or for the 1 pound bottles. I'm not going to try to run it and find out. You probably can search it online and find out how long a 1 pound bottle on low will last you. I'm just talking about emergency heat. The cold rolled up on you, the lights turned out, you in the room with your baby, what you gonna do? I think that's more what this is about. Yes. More like about get me through the night, and when I wake up in the morning, I'll figure out what we're gonna do, what me and my baby's gonna do, because the days are usually a little bit warmer than the nights.
Yeah, and also the front side, like, this run is going to get hot, so you just have to, supervise your children from getting close to it, because
they love to come by and fall. Kids love to get clumsy around something that's going to burn them. I think it's good. On the side, it has right here on the side, it has a graph like bedroom. It has a check for it. Bathroom, it has a check for it. In emergency situation, you got to be smart. I wouldn't go up in the living room and try to, you could. It's going to give you some heat. It's going to be way better than what it was before you actually put this out. But, you go up in the bedroom, close the door, even a closet, I would say, or like this says, even a bathroom, and close the door and put this on low and put you some covers in the tub or whatever.
No.
You're going to make it through the night. And that's just what this is about. Long term, you're probably going to have to be looking into like something like a wood burning stove.
Yes.
Not even fireplace, something like that. This is emergency only, under $100, like $90. You get a whole setup going. You also can actually buy, there's an $8 adapter to refill these 1 pound bottles from your bigger propane. So you can get a 20 pound or 20 pound, 30 pound, whatever propane tank, and just refill these over and over and over to get more use out of these. So I think this is a win. I actually got 3 of these this year. I was going to keep one here and bring one to mom's just for the winter, just in case. but it's cheap enough where you shouldn't get caught, like they say, kind of like with your pants down. And I mean, the heat is there. It's just going to radiate and radiate and radiate. And I love that you don't have to worry about dying in your sleep with something like this, as opposed to running a generator outside the window during the summertime. How a lot of people have passed. This one, it has the mechanism to cut off. If the oxygen gets too low, it's supposed to cut off. Now, is that going to work all the time? That's on Mr. Buddy. That's not on me. That's not on Bells. It's just on here. It's a fail safe. So if it keeps cutting off, don't try to keep restarting it.
Yes.
Get some oxygen and some air in the room circulating, and then go ahead on it and try to restart it. That's it.
That's it.
Yeah, Bells play with this thing all the time.
I used that outside one time because it was like cold and we want to be outside because the kids was playing in our yard. And they want to we would just want to sit down in the front yard. So
yeah, and it looks cool. So I'm going to show you. Let me show you. It looks really cool. The darker it gets, of course, with anything that's burning.
I think you turn everything.
We're going to turn one more off.
You will see.
Yeah. So with anything that's burning, you get that real good glow, and you know that it's hot. You know that it's hot. You know that it's working.
Yes.
So that's it. That's it. Look, it's a win. I think this is a win for us in our house for emergency purposes. I can't stress that enough, because somebody's gonna say, "What you gonna do with that? That's not gonna last you no time."
Turn it on.
Yeah, because we don't need this. It's not hot. It's not cold today. And when you want to turn it off, you're gonna turn it back to the pilot, then push it down, turn it back to off.
Yes.
And that's it.
That's how easy it is. How easy it is to turn it on and turn it off.
Yeah. And you're gonna leave this bottle on whenever you get ready to use it. It's already there. Push it back to pilot. It lights itself. I was walking around looking for a lighter, like, man, I don't have a lighter. I don't have a lighter. And then I looked on it and I'm like, this thing lights itself. Like, you can't beat it. It has its own clicker in it and everything. So
all you have to do is turn it on.
All of that's down up in there. All of that's down up in there. You can't see it too good, but it's all down up in there. You can't beat this. So hope that helps somebody. I know we're going into the winter time. I hope you have some things. Like I say, propane is not like a renewable resource like wood, but to get you through a night when you don't know how you're gonna get heat in your house, I think this is one of the best things you can get, hands down. What you think?
Yep.
She's always gonna agree with me anyway. So thank y'all for watching the Go From The Network, and as always, grow. And you can heat yourself at the same time. Peace.